family favorite, and there are not too many dishes that all of us can sit and enjoy all together. That one dish, this is one of them, and I love making it because it's super simple, quick to make, and it tastes absolutely delicious. It's simple dumplings baked in the oven with tomato broth, or in tomato broth. I mean, you add the broth at the very end, but it still tastes like tomatoey at the end. It's also called Manti, rather my take on Manti. Usually I like mixing turkey and beef, but you can go with turkey or beef or lamb. Tastes amazing in this dish. Spices very simple: cumin, red pepper, black pepper, salt, coriander, why not? Also I like using flavorful herbs such as savory, I know that's the name, or mint goes well. Some oregano will work too, and I also like using some parsley, dry parsley. You don't have to, I have it. I like using in meat in general, so it's optional, but use it. Also, I'm gonna be using some onion. It's an entire whole onion, which I blended in my blender because my kids can't handle onion pieces. And of course, garlic will be present. If you have a ripe tomato, not a must ingredient. If you have one, shred it in there. It will add juiciness. Red pepper paste, a good tablespoon, like 2 tablespoons. That's a good tablespoon. Tomato paste, half a tablespoon, I'd say. And if you have dumpling skin or gyoza skin, they sell in all refrigerated sections in all supermarkets. We got this from Asian market. I think that's it as far as I remember. So yeah, I'm gonna be spicing the meat, forming the dumplings, baking, pouring the delicious flavorful tomato broth on top, baking a few more minutes, and that's it. I'll start from tomato. I'm gonna simply use my shredder, or if you wanna squeeze it just to get the juice in there. I can get big pieces of tomato. They're either no onion, no tomato chunks in our meat. I mean, I don't mind. It's the kids. The messy part is done. The rest, I go by eyeballing. I'd add half a teaspoonful of cumin. Cumin goes very well with this dish. Cumin, half a teaspoonful. Less than half a teaspoonful of coriander. A good teaspoon, if you like it spicy, of course. Jalapeno pepper. I'm not gonna use whole teaspoon, half a teaspoon. And a good pinch of parsley, dried. Another good pinch of savory, citron in Armenian. Yeah, and the rest goes in there. And onion goes entirely. I'm adding 2 cloves of garlic, although normally they don't add garlic inside the meat because this dish is served with garlic yogurt, but since my children prefer their Manti with plain yogurt, no garlic, no other tastes, I mix in the garlic with meat, so it gives the very important flavor. So basically, oh, black pepper, a good teaspoonful, I'd say. Pretend it was a teaspoonful, and my red sauces will go in there, and I'm gonna oh, salt, I'm sorry, salt to taste, always, and forever. So, and I like salting with hands, just like so, no spoons, because hand kind of feels how much it needs. These go on top. And a good mix with hands. Now I'm gonna mix it thoroughly. You want to combine all those spices and ingredients together very nicely. oils. All right, almost done. It smells so good already. The main job is done here. Now I need to grab my pan, I'd say 13 to 14 inches pan, 14 by 14 or 13 diameter, 16 diameter will work for this recipe. I have a pound of beef, a pound of turkey, and that's a good proportion for a family of 5, 6, 7, 8. I need my olive oil, lightly grease the pan. It's cold lightly. Also, I'll grab some butter. The butter will go on top. Easy job is done. Now the time-taking part. Although this is the quick version, shortcut I'd say. Normally, let me show you. Normally, I make it with this size of dumpling skin or dough. But if you want to do it traditionally, you need to, well, you need to make the dough yourself to start with that. But if you didn't make the dough yourself, but you still want to be close to the traditional version, you make it these teeny weeny pieces of dumplings. You devote all your time to this process. But not me. This is unacceptable. These days, these times when we are all so busy, and I cook daily. I cook a couple of meals every single day, and this is not my style, going after these miniature dumplings to keep up the traditional values with the traditional values. So this is if you want to be closer to the classic Manti, but this will be the fast and easy modernized version. You grab your dough, and by the way, this is a very good tasting dough. I cut the box, but just take a look. I don't know, I can't read Korean or Chinese, but this is a good one. There are several different brands. So far, this is the finest and the good tasting one. All right, I'm gonna arrange it on my table. This sorbet scoop will be the best tool to handle all this time-taking process. Usually, my girls do this for me, but since one of them is in school and the other one is very busy today, I have to handle it myself. This is a very good thing to ask your children to help you with. It's like keep them busy, and they appreciate the value of the food more when they work on it. So just giving you ideas. I'm brushing the edges with water. Although there is a kind of dough that sticks without water, but since I was taking my time arranging the filling, it got dried out. So I think it's better to lightly water them. Now you grab the tips, stick them together and into your baking pan, and continue until you're done. This is so much easier when kids do it. I mean, kids are always helpful, and child labor sometimes is very needed. Almost done arranging them, and I like placing them very close to each other. That way when they bake, they kind of stick together nicely and they keep each other warm and soft and moist. And you don't have to do that. You can do a little bit shallow and have more crunchy, although it's going to be crunchy on top and the edges will be crunchy, crispy too. It's just the meat part that's so soft. But if you do it this way, they all are gonna be super crunchy. This is a completely different story. It's really good when you make it traditional way. And if you want to make your own dough, it's simple: water, egg, flour, a little bit of salt, and knead the dough. Make it into a plast, cut them into squares, and do the process. If you end up having a small open space, no worries, you can just bake it like that. But if you also have a tomato standing there doing nothing, you can put the tomato, it will bake and release the juices. Or if you have a couple of peppers, you can stick those in there too, nothing will happen. I mean, one is enough. Extra flavored. Oven 420 degrees. I'm gonna bake 25 minutes, and then while it's baking, I'm gonna make the tomato broth. And don't forget the small teeny weeny pieces of delicious local butter. Here and there, it will melt and give the buttery amazingness to the dish. Let's make the broth. For that tomato broth, for the complex bouillon, you will need one of these cubes, bouillon cubes. You can take chicken, whichever you like. I only use this for specifically for this dish. One of those, a good tablespoon of tomato paste, or if you have a tomato sauce, one of those small cans, use the entire can. And boiling hot water, about a cup or so. Give it a stir, and on the stove top to boil it for another 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minutes. A little bit more. Oh, a little bit of salt, of course, to taste. You can go some spices, I mean use some spices if you like, black pepper or cumin, or even a drizzle of olive oil to make it more complex tasting, some garlic. But since I spiced my meat very well, I have no doubt it's gonna turn out amazingly full of spices, so no spices here. This baked 25 minutes and it's almost ready, I could say. See, the tops are nice and brown colored. It's time to pour all that delicious tomato juice. I'll try to pour it all over it, just like that. Kind of spread it out. Back into the oven, about 7 minutes. I'm gonna pour the yogurt into another glass jar. By the way, this is homemade yogurt. I have a tutorial. Watch it, make it. It's so delicious. And normally you will add garlic to this yogurt. Mix it well and pour over the Manti. This is done. And it looks absolutely appetizing, delicious, smells so good in our kitchen now. Kids like it. Yogurt on the side I mean, they dip it in yogurt and eat it. That's why I don't normally pour yogurt over it, but that's another option of serving. You lightly drizzle with yogurt. You can sprinkle some sumac, dry mint. I mean, go with your imagination. Anything that goes well with pasta and meat. This is basically another kind of pasta and meat to me. So yeah, use your imagination, spice it up to your taste. And I'm gonna try one, the teeny weeny one. Oops. A little bit of yogurt, and it's super hot. And sprinkle of sumac. I can do this. That crunch, and it's very well seasoned, spiced. The tomato juice makes its tangy addition, and it's so good. So I'll write a detailed, precise recipe, link it in the description. You try it, and I hope you like it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon. How many?
6.
6. Absolut matematik. Jak długo miała te supy? 9. Dawa? Macun? A widzisz, że dostaniesz.